Okay, welcome, students and parents. I'm very happy you guys are here today attending this session. My name is Jilun Zhang. I'm the department head of the Department of Industrial Engineering and Decision Analytics. Well, I understand that the name doesn't have a very strong social consensus for now. So if you're interested in knowing more about our department, this major, what you're going to be able to study, you're welcome to attend the information session this afternoon. Also, we have a lab tour and a beer game this afternoon, so please stay tuned. In this session, we're going to have our colleague, Professor Wei Yo, to introduce you about financial engineering. You may wonder, shouldn't this be taught at the business school? Well, yes and no, okay? So first of all, there's a domain knowledge in finance about the basic knowledges, for example, stock, bonds, option, futures. But on the other side, it's a very deep mathematical or analytical problem if you want to make the right decision. So without further ado, let's welcome Professor Wei.
Thank you, Professor Zhang. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to this information session. So I'm an assistant professor in IEDA department, Industrial Engineering and Decision Analytics. So today I'm very happy to share with you our department, especially our one of our focus on the ever more important topics of financial engineering, Fintech, and also decision analytics. So in this session, I will start with something relatively classical, so the financial engineering techniques that you are probably familiar with, and then we'll see something emerging in the financial engineering industry, which is Fintech. And towards the end, I'll share with you the connection with our program offered here at the IEDA department, the Decision Analytic program. So, what is financial engineering, as you know? So this is financial engineering 1.0, the classical version of financial engineering. What is financial engineering? So this is an interdisciplinary subject which uses multiple tools from different areas of study. For example, quantitative analysis, modeling, simulation or computer programming, and so on and so forth. So it spans across computer science, probability or statistical analysis, economics, finance, and also mathematics. For example, if you have a vast amount of data, how would you predict what would happen in the future? So for that to happen, you would need to set up a model that you believe the world will evolve according to, and then you will calibrate the model to fit the data that you have at hand the most. And then starting from there, you can do your quantitative analysis of your prediction into the future. And then based on that prediction, you can make a smarter decision for your future moves. So for example, there may be investment decisions. So for every household, you have spare money to invest in hope for obtaining some good returns. So there are a lot of different options that you can invest in. For example, you may keep all your belongings as cash to save in the bank to get the interest rate, or you may buy some bonds from certain states or certain corporates. So those are financial instruments that have a very low risk and also very low return. Alternatively, you can also invest your money in the stock market. So in the stock market, prices are more volatile and you are not guaranteed to make a positive return. But come with a high volatility, there's also high return, a possibility of high return. So how do you utilize that possibility to maximize your return in your investment? And there are also other types of instruments, such as future, which is some financial instrument that grants you the ability to buy or sell something at a prefixed price in a future date. So if you have a specific outlook into the future, then you can utilize this kind of ability to generate profit from a future option. So there are also emerging new financial instruments such as cryptocurrency. For example, you have Bitcoin. So that have increasingly become more and more important in the financial market. And there are also financial instruments or derivatives that are based on cryptocurrency nowadays. So how would you spread your investment across different types of investments? That's something you need to understand using quantitative methods and models, which you may learn in our program. Our next example will be mortgage. So suppose you are buying a house or buying a new car. You may want to take a mortgage loan from a bank. So there are different features in a mortgage. For example, there are interest rate that you and the lending bank agree with you. There may be the interest rate may be fixed or it may be variable. And also there are terms on the loan, so it can be spanning across a time of 10 years, 20 years, or even more. There are also different types of payment associated with a mortgage. For example, you can have equal payments or equal installments for each of your repayment. So that means in the beginning of the repayment, you will pay more of an interest and less of a principal. And there are also equal principal payments. That means you are paying equal amount of principal for each installment and paying more interest at the beginning of your repayment. So all of these loans that are designed from a bank take into account of the possibility of a default from a customer. And also when you are signing a contract with a bank, you need to also take into account your future cash flow and your other investment types and so on and so forth. So this also requires you to have an analytical understanding of your investment strategy of this particulars of mortgage plans. This type of example also extends to aviation companies. For example, let's say we have KC Pacific, and for this kind of air cargo or aviation company, the majority of the cost actually comes from the expenses that they spend on purchasing fuels to fuel their air jets. So this fuel is purchased from a global market. So the fuel price actually are very volatile. So there are, you may see at the beginning of the pandemic, there's a sudden dip of the price of the jet fuel. And also when the world is recovering from the pandemic, the fuel price actually surges by a lot. So if you do not take into account this varying price, your operation strategies will have a negative effect on you because of the changing price. And also it will be much more harder for you to do cost accounting with this kind of varying price in the jet fuel. So one of the common strategy is to use hedging. So you may have heard about the word hedge in financial industry. So hedge, this word basically means that you are buying or selling different financial instruments to reduce your risk that's exposed to you. So for hedging, for this particular instance, for an aviation company, they may purchase some stocks or ETFs related to fuel price, and so that when the fuel price goes up, the equity that's held by the company also go up. So that offsets the increasing cost of the jet fuel in the because of the price volatility in the market. And that gives you some of the examples of classical financial engineering subjects. All of them are involving modeling of a random phenomenon, and then try to use your quantitative skill to understand what you would expect into the future. So now let's just discuss something more relevant nowadays, which is financial engineering 2.0. So in particular, it will be Fintech. So Fintech is an acronym of financial technology. So Fintechs, the whole subject will combine existing quantitative tools, such as those that we have just saw as examples, and also with the brand new technologies that are being developed now or in the future. So that will provide you a combination of the two, which will give you a brand new set of financial instruments or services. These new techniques that are being developed right now includes artificial intelligence, big data, blockchain technology, cloud computing, and also cryptography. So, for example, nowadays, with the high trading volume, you're having a large amount of data, not only from the daily trading, but also from the annual report and so on and so forth. So for traditional quant companies, they would try to understand the fundamental of the market or a company with some written reports from a analyst. And now with the data, you can use machine learning technologies or predictive models to generate a more quantitative understanding based on your data of a certain market, a sector, or a company. So that actually is a term called quantamental. So quant of fundamental. So they are using AI technologies to understand the operation of a company or a industry. So there are also, for example, cryptography. So that's inscriptions that you have nowadays. So now with all your cell phones, you have Face ID or facial recognition. You have fingerprint scanners or Touch ID. So when you install a app from a bank, you will be able to make payments or make transactions just based on your app, but there will be some kind of validation. So that is required to use your face scanning or fingerprint scanning. So with that kind of biometric validation, there often will still come with a risk. So it's possible that someone will fake your face and make a transaction instead of you. So how do you make more reliable technology? How do you incorporate this kind of risk in your financial decisions? That's something also can be understood under the subject of fintech. So let me share with you an example of cryptocurrency. So if you have heard of this term, you know that this is some kind of virtual currency that's being traded online. There are actually a very large market of cryptocurrency. So there are over 20,000 types of different virtual cryptocurrencies. And the actual total market cap, which means the total money people put into this cryptocurrency market, is over 1 trillion. So that's a very huge number. And not only the market cap is high, the trading volume each day is also very high. So that can be as large as 100 billion every day. So within that market, Bitcoin is probably the most famous one, and it's actually having the largest market cap of 420 billion. So to give you a sense of how popular this cryptocurrency market is, we have in the US market, 8% of the population actually trades cryptocurrency. So that's actually becoming a more and more relevant daily activity of modern society. But the cryptocurrency also comes with controversy. So you may have heard about the scandal of JPEGs arise recently in Hong Kong, right? So that's a cryptocurrency exchange platform that's being involved in this scandal. So there will be risks if you try to invest or trade this kind of new cryptocurrency. So that requires us to have a more comprehensive understanding, not only for us to propose new policies of regulation from the government side, but also as a normal people, you would need to have more knowledge to understand how it works behind the scene, and how would you prevent yourself from being involved in this kind of scandals. So cryptocurrency is also a central topic in fintech. So there have been ever-increasing investment in developing fintech technology across the financial industry. So you can see that on the left bar plot, starting from 2018, there have been increasing amount of money poured into the research of financial engineering or financial technology, either the development of new fintech products or the understanding of existing ones. So you see, they are putting as much as 200 billion US dollars in globally in terms of the fintech investment across the financial engineering industry. So there are also on the right-hand side plot, you can see that this investment actually concentrates more on the American side. So with 50% from the Americas and 37% from Europe, Middle East and Africa, and only 13% from the Asian Pacific market. So you can see there is a blooming requirement and interest in the fintech investment, and also Asia is having a bright future in terms of expanding their research, their development, their understanding in fintech technologies. So there have already be a lot of fintech centers around the world. So the largest one would be the one in the UK. So with a market size of 6 billion, this is British pound. So there are also other centers in California, New York, Singapore, and so on. So for Hong Kong, we are actually a late player. So we only currently have invested in 0.6 billion of, we only have investments of 64 million pounds in this fintech development, and the market cap is also low. So there is a very intriguing potential of Hong Kong to become the next big center of fintech technology. So because of that, the government actually has a very high interest in developing or understanding or pushing the development of fintech. So you can see that at the end of this month, there will be a Hong Kong Fintech Week that's held in the convention center, and there will be also a summit related to financial leader investments. In particular, there will be 2 panels that are discussing financial technology or sustainable finance, which are probably the most important topics nowadays in the financial industry. So with the attention of government and also the talents in Hong Kong, we actually have a very good take that we will possibly become the next big financial engineering fintech center of the world. So not only governments are focusing on investments or guiding or regulations, individual companies are also pulling a huge amount of money into this type of research. For example, Goldman Sachs have reconstructed its division of tech offerings to focus more on fintech subjects. And also Hong Kong Stock Exchange will allow derivatives whose underlying instruments will be allow them to be cryptocurrencies. So there are a changing policy and a more focus on encouraging fintech technologies development. So in summary, there are a great opportunity that we have here in Hong Kong. There are blockchain analysis, cryptocurrency derivative design. That means how do you design new financial instruments based on cryptocurrency as their underlying financial instrument. And also there are security design, presumably using AI or machine learning. How do you do fraud detection? How do you validate that it's indeed someone that's making his or her own transactions? So that's cybersecurity part of financial engineering. And there are also robo advising. So there are robots that, depending on your need and your data or your portfolio, it will provide you with some more relevant suggestions for your investments. And there are also focus on green finance or sustainability in financial industry. So those are all very prospective new opportunities facing us in this fintech area. And now with a brief introduction of financial engineering, I would like to also introduce you to our program called Decision Analytics. So this Decision Analytics program is one of the 2 undergraduate programs offered in our department. And this program is designed to focus on 4 main application fields that are centering closely around the core curriculum. So those 4 application areas are financial engineering, as we have discussed, and also we have a focus on consulting service, and also engineering management and logistic management. So that's the 4 area of focus for this department and our undergraduate program. So our core curriculum actually have a lot of focus on the method that you will need to use for analyzing all the examples that we provided previously in the financial engineering applications. That could be stochastic modeling. So what is stochastic? Stochastic means randomness. So there are randomness in the price, there are randomness in the outcome of a potential event. So we need to use a more rigorous modeling technique to understand the randomness that's driven all those realistic events behind the scene. So that's stochastic modeling, which will rely on probability, which you can also understand more using statistics. And nowadays you have also a lot of data. So how do you manage this large set of data in a more streamlined fashion? That will be something you will learn in database. And of course, underlying all those subjects are computer programming, so that you can utilize the high efficiency computing devices to analyze the models that you build, and those are presumably more and more complicated to have a better understanding of this complicated world. So that are some examples of the core curriculum that we offer in this department. So there are also specialized courses on top of this core curriculum. This is the financial engineering area. So there are courses on how do you design security design using machine learning. How do you manage your portfolio quantitatively? How do you do analysis of financial instruments based on blockchains? And how do you do robo advising using system design and programming? So that's one area. And we also have focus on consulting service. To give you a very simple example, you may be managing a platform that offers hotel reservations. So how do you price your hotel at hand according to the demand from the market and also the inventory you have at hand. This is something that's that is a central topic in consulting service. How do you make smarter decisions based on your specific contexts? So we have a collection of courses focusing on consulting services. We also have a focus on somewhat more traditional industrial engineering, a part of this of the industry. So we have courses on ergonomics. So that is how do you define, how do you design more efficient workflows or devices that fits human beings better in their working environment. And also we have courses on information management. So suppose you are managing a huge project, for example, a construction of a new skyscraper, and you are acquiring a huge amount of information, for example, your budgets, your human resources, and the construction size and the weather and so on and so forth. So those examples of information, how do you efficiently manage this information to understand the progress of your project? So that's something you can understand using information management. And the last area of focus is logistic management. As you all know, Hong Kong is a center of logistic in the Asian Pacific area. So how do you efficiently manage your cargo shipments, your inventory in your warehouse? How do you retrieve items from warehouse? How do you sort or store items in your warehouse? That are a central topic that each and every logistic company want to understand to increase efficiency and to increase revenue. So that is for the goods that they store. They also have informations, their investments, their human resource. How do you how do you manage all those resources at hand? That will be a very important topic. And we have courses that tell you the essence of logistic management. So why would you choose IEDA department at Hong Kong University of Science and Technology? So we are providing a cutting-edge program that are centered closely around the core curriculum with a special focus on four important and relevant applications, especially for Hong Kong economy. So we are updating our curriculum to fit the ever so evolving industry with new requirements and needs from the applications. So we have a very prestigious local and also global impact from our department. So we have an innovative program that focuses on the future need of Hong Kong, and also how do you prepare yourself to better fit into those future needs. And we have an excellent body of alumni, both in the industry, not only in Hong Kong, but also in mainland China or across the seas, but also in academia. So we have students graduate to become professors at different universities. So this kind of connection also allow us to maintain a more up-to-date understanding of both industry and academia. And we also have a strong connection with the industry. We receive more than 10 million grants that's coming from the industry, including Huawei, SF Express, and also other fintech companies. So we have a close connection with the industry. So for our graduates, here's the statistic, recent statistic from last year. So graduated last year, our students, 82% of them are immediately employed, and 14% of them went on further study to pursue postgraduate degrees. And out of this 80% of graduated students, we have almost 62% of them going to business and management sectors, and also 16% went on to more traditional engineerings, like in cargo terminal companies like KC Pacific and so on. And 11% of them went on to banking and financial industry, and the other 11% percent went to information technology. So we have a very diverse body of graduate students that are going to different industries. So here are some examples of some of the companies that have our alumni. For example, in financial engineering, financial industry, Goldman Sachs, Morgan Stanley, and in cargo shipment, Casey Pacific, in engineering and technology, technical services, Tongas, MTR, in consulting service, McKinsey. Those are all big names in their respective fields. And one of the highlights for our program is that we have a distinct partnership with Columbia University. So there is a Department of Industrial Engineering and Operations Research, which are closely related to our department. We established a long-term partnership with them to offer a fast-track admission to the Master of Science program offered in Columbia University. So that includes Master of Science in Business Analytics, Financial Engineering, Industrial Engineering, Management Science and Engineering, and also Operations Research. So that is something only available here in our department. So we also have excellent exchange partners all across the world. Almost all of them are top universities. For example, UC Berkeley, University of Toronto, Northwestern, and so on. We also offer you assistance in finding internship opportunities here in Hong Kong and also across the world. So we have summer internship with Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, Adidas, Tongas, Disneyland, and all of them are famous companies in different areas. On top of that, we also invite senior managers or senior executives from esteemed companies, leading companies around different sectors to serve as a mentor of our program. So we will invite them to share with you their experiences they have in establishing this leading industries. Our students are also very, very smart and competitive. They attend different competitions and won a wide range of awards from different competitions. So that's actually all I would like to share with you. And if you wish to find out more about our department, here's our website address, and there is also a QR code you can scan to direct you to this website. And if you have further questions or inquiries regarding the curriculum and the course offered in our department, you may send an email to IEUG, so Industrial Engineering Undergrad Program, basically. And also you can call the number here. And if you have general inquiries about engineering School of Engineering admissions, in particular, you can send an email to SENG, School of Engineering, and UG at USD Hong Kong. And also, I encourage you to follow us on Facebook and also Instagram. All right, thank you very much for attending this session.